Before it was a pub. The bit we're standing in now was completely closed off. The area around the outside, at ground floor level, it was left in lost luggage and a bit of a station storage area. So it was used by station staff and it wasn't open to the public. Quite a lot of what you can see now is original features actually. All of the timber panelling and the glazing is all original, and the roof structure, the trusses that are supporting the roof are original. But we had to do quite a lot of work to the building to make it suitable for use as a pub. So the original structure was supported from the walls and then hung from the roof. So we had to build a new steel frame which is on tiled foundations, and we built a new floor in here so people could actually use this area. So the flagstones you can see are not an original feature, that's something that we've put in. And we also put a new roof onto this area because the original one only had 4 very small roof lights in it, but now it lets in a lot more light, so it's a much more usable space. One of the biggest challenges we faced here is that this King's Cross Station is a Grade 1 listed building, so all of the work that we did, particularly in this pub area, needed approval by English Heritage, and that kind of added to some of our technical challenges, because where we would normally take old parts of a building out and replace it with new, we actually weren't allowed to do this. So the roof structure, for example, we needed to keep as much as possible of the existing roof timbers, but some of these were rotten and in quite bad condition, so we had to work with English Heritage to kind of get their approval for how we were going to do the work, and that's a long process to go through, and it's quite complicated to be able to explain to people who don't have experience in engineering why you need to do something the way you're asking to do it. And it's being able to see people using something that you've made happen. So, you know, if it wasn't for me, people couldn't be sitting in here today having a drink and having a meal, and that makes me feel really proud. And I hope, you know, we have a 120-year design life for these kind of buildings, and I hope I'll be able to take my children and grandchildren to this, you know, this area and say, I made this happen. That's probably the best thing about engineering for me.